Known in popular culture as the worst director of all time, Ed Wood led an exceedingly eccentric life. According to his widow Kathy, Ed's mother always wanted a daughter, and on occasion would dress her son up as a little girl. No matter the veracity of this story, Wood grew up to have a fetish-like affinity of women's clothing. In fact, Wood, while fighting in the Pacific War, had worn a bra and panties underneath his fatigues, and claimed he was more afraid of being caught than he was of dying in combat. Wood's transvestism even led to the creation of a female persona named Shirley. Thanks to Shirley, several women, ranging from girlfriends to acquaintances, would find their Angora sweaters missing. Oddly enough, it was Wood's transvestism that landed him his first feature film. In 1952, low-budget movie producer George Weiss was eager to capitalize on Christine Jorgensen's historical sex reassignment. Wood convinced the producer his transvestism made him the ideal director for a picture on Jorgensen. However, the resulting film, titled Glen Or Glenda, has little to do with Jorgensen, and became more of an art house docudrama about Wood's fetish. Similarly, another obsession from Wood's childhood found its way into Glen Or Glenda. Shortly before filming his first feature, Wood had been introduced to one of his childhood heroes, Dracula star Bela Lugosi. Lugosi had fallen on hard times, and Wood looked to remedy this by giving him a role in the film, no matter how incongruous.
Beware of the big green dragon that sits on your doorstep.
Wood respected and adored Lugosi at a time when the actor desperately needed work, and their friendship led to another of Wood's films. With 1955's Bride of the Monster, Wood created a monster movie like one of his childhood favorites, White Zombie. The part of Lugosi's henchman was played by Swedish wrestler Tor Johnson, and through this character, Wood again slipped his penchant for Angora into the film. A distinguishing feature of Ed Wood's films is the inclusion of stock footage, which often derided their continuity. The minimal budgets Wood worked with weren't in scale with his ambitions, and Wood edited in footage of an octopus, military cannons, and buffalo herds in attempts to make his pictures seem more grandiose. Lugosi passed away on August 16, 1956, a year after receiving treatment for a long-standing morphine addiction. Undaunted, Wood formed a new film around test footage he had previously shot with Lugosi, called Plan 9 from Outer Space. Evidently, the director hoped audiences would suspend their disbelief with regard to continuity. To fill in the gaps that Lugosi's absence created, Wood dressed his chiropractor with a black cape. Casting TV horror movie host Vampira as a graveyard ghoul, Wood rounded out his spooky trio, again with Tor Johnson.
You see? Your stupid minds! Stupid!
The dialogue of Wood's films often verged on lunacy, most noticeable in Plan 9's narration by showbiz psychic The Amazing Criswell.
Future events such as these will affect you in the future.
Wood used Criswell again to narrate 1959's Night of the Ghouls, a quasi-sequel to both Bride of the Monster and Plan 9 from Outer Space. Featuring a slew of new and familiar specters, the film sat unreleased for 25 years. Wood was unable to pay the lab fees for the development of the film reels, which ended up shelved until a fan put up the money in 1984. Throughout the 60s and 70s, Ed Wood's career waned as he succumbed to alcoholism, becoming more prolific in writing smut novels than in filmmaking. He passed away in 1978. In a twist of fate, his films developed a cult following after he earned his Worst Director title 2 years later in Michael and Harry Medved's book, The Golden Turkey Awards. During his peak period, along with Glen Or Glenda, Bride of the Monster, Plan 9, and Night of the Ghouls, Wood also made more conventional films, and less sophisticated ones later in his career. However, none of them amount to more than what they are: low-budget movies. When Ed Wood's eccentric decisions were allowed, his films reeled from mystifyingly poetic to campy schlockfest trash. Above all, the quirks these 4 films have make them interesting. Where else can you see a Swedish wrestler struggle to rise from the grave, Bela Lugosi fight an octopus, a mothership shaped like a breast, a haunted trumpet, or a transvestite free his girlfriend from a fallen tree? When it comes to movies that are so bad they're good, Ed Wood is king. If you want to know more about Ed Wood, check out the documentary The Haunted World of Edward D. Wood Jr., as well as Tim Burton's 1994 film, Ed Wood. And don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos.